Welcome to the warm-up. Mark Cuban of the Dallas Mavericks called Phil Jackson a boy, Genie Bus's boy toy. I like Phil Jackson's reply. At the age of 65, feels good to be a boy toy.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
So he wasn't offended.
I love that comeback. It's so good.
Like Cuban just go out of his way to...
Yeah, and he was on the Stairmaster, of course, when he made that comment. You've done those interviews with Cuban, haven't you? He's on the Stairmaster.
I've heard about him, but
no,
I've done a few when he's been, press row there.
Yeah.
He has his T-shirt on.
I refuse to do that. Interview anybody that's on the Stairmaster.
Yeah.
That's not. Well, I'll do it after you're done sweating.
Are you going to shave one of these days? Or?
No, not till they win.
I'm not either.
Not till they win. It's I'm growing until they're going. You like that campaign?
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Growing until they're going.
When
the Hawks are eliminated, that's when I'm going to shave.
Growing until they're going.
Well, I just came up with that spur of the moment. I'm sure I'll come up with something else.
Okay.
I'm conferring with the people that came up with the Root campaign. As a matter of fact,
the Root Sports.
The Root Sports campaign. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'll be good, won't it?
Come up with something.
Go from FSN to Root Sports.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're going to have the broadcast. I'll be on the Root tomorrow. The broadcast, Washington and Oregon. Washington's going to be without Abdul Gaddy.
You know, as a Cougar fan, I should be sitting there going, "Geez, that's great. That's going to hurt their chances."
No,
I feel terrible for that.
He's a good kid. It's an injury.
I talked to him last week. I was really impressed with him. Kevin, you won't believe this. I sent him a message on Facebook and saying, "Sorry to hear about your injury, and
that's good.
I hope you recover."
Glad you did that.
I don't know. I just was impressed with him last week, and I just feel terrible for him. He's only 18 years old, and he's had a great season so far.
Terrific.
He's kind of coming around. The expectations were high for him last year. He didn't meet those expectations this year. He was starting to, and then to have something like this happen.
Good player under control. His assist-to-turnover ratio is about 3.5 to 1. Vanoy Overton and Isaiah Thomas are improving in that area as well. I heard Lorenzo mention that a couple of days ago. You know, our guards are playing well. We're about a 3 to 1 assist-to-turnover ratio as a team. So now the question is, who supplants him as the point? Is it you put the ball in the hands of Isaiah Thomas? I'm sure you do, don't you? And then you bring one of those shooters off the bench. Suggs is a junior. Wilcox, the redshirt freshman. Ross is a freshman. My guess is you'll bring Suggs off the bench. And I don't think you want.
Who's the other ball handler?
I don't think you want
Thomas. Do you go to Holiday? Who do you go to?
Well, I don't think you want Vanoy Overton to be out paired with Isaiah. You bring Overton off the bench, I think, as the point guard. Because you want a little size, I think, to offset and augment Isaiah Thomas, who's now, I assume, is going to be the ball handler. But it speaks to the depth of that Washington team. They are going to miss Abdul Gaddy, there's no doubt about it. But if you were to take any other team in the Pac-10 and take their starting point guard out of the mix, you'd say this is utter disaster. With Washington, you say it's tough for the kid. He had a huge impact on the team, but they've got so many other guys that can step up to another level, I think anyway. Eventually, I think they'll be all right.
Well, you're probably right.
It may mean a win or two.
Last year they made it to the Sweet 16. Granted, they had Coupon, but they made it to the Sweet 16 without Gaddy being that much of a factor.
No, he was just 17 years old.
And they're deeper this year.
He was young. He was 17 years old last year, so they're much deeper. All right. We have not talked about the Hawks. Here we are. We're still in a holding pattern on the quarterbacks. You got any feel for that?
No, we tried, though.
Okay.
We tried at the Pete Carroll press conference today. We tried. Every way you could ask the question, we asked it.
Yeah.
And Carroll's got a little too much veteran savvy for us, He wouldn't go there.
Let me veer off in another direction. We will on the show. We've talked so much about quarterback and this, that, and the other. How about defense? How about calling out our man Curry? 4th pick in the draft 2 years ago.
What for? Are you going to bring up something negative?
Yeah. How about being an impact guy? You're the 4th pick in the draft 2 years ago. All I see is Clay Matthews all the time on the highlights, with that hair going and the big pythons making tackles, taking over.
What's it, just an unsolicited shot at Aaron Curry?
It's
just
not
out of the blue.
It's not a shot.
We're talking about Pete Carroll,
It's a call out to Curry.
We're talking about happy times.
Be the man we all thought, or at least Tim Ruskell, thought you could be with the 4th pick in the draft. Be an impact guy this weekend. This is the time for you to get busy, my friend. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, the next sentence, they should have taken Sanchez with that pick, right?
Well, no, I don't live in the past like a lot of people do in this area. I'm all about progressive. He's the guy we got. He was the 4th pick. Play like it. That's all I'm saying. This weekend.
They need to get Ryan Mallett now, don't you think, after seeing what he did last night?
He looked good last night.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be nice to have some receivers and catch the dang ball. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Suey on you Hogs receivers. You were horrible. Horrible. And I hate Ohio State. All right, that's the end of the show.